We've always been hearing people praise how good, how amazing the Japanese educational system is, like how disciplined the students, how good the schools are being managed, or how high the academic performances of the students are, and some other best practices of Japanese school system that are worth emulating. I have a separate video on the amazing or the good practices of Japanese schools, so you might want to check it through the link there. So this time I want to share some points or aspects of the Japanese school system that may be praised or that may be considered good by some people, while some might not agree with. So watch on until the end of this video and decide for yourself which points or aspects are in or out. So let's start with the first one. The Japanese educational system consists of 6 years in the elementary school, 3 years in the junior high school, and another 3 years for senior high school. After that, the students are given 2 to 3 years in junior college and then 4 years in the university. Of these, only the elementary school and junior high school are considered compulsory education. So all school-aged children, that's elementary and junior high school, must be enrolled in public schools or in private schools wherever the parents decide to. Otherwise, they might face some legal consequences for this or for not sending their children to school. So depending on the students' college plans, they may go to various senior high schools that specialize in their chosen tracks. Number 2, the students' academic performance evaluations have no bearing in their promotion to the next grade level, especially in the elementary school and in the junior high school. While it's true that projects, quizzes, tests, midterm tests, final tests are part of their subject requirements or school requirements, these do not affect the promotion, retention, or expulsion of the students to a certain school or to a certain grade level. So unlike in the Philippines or in other countries where grades matter, where numeric ratings matter, they are big deal. In Japan, elementary school and junior high school students receive only descriptive comments or descriptive evaluations of their performances for the past term and past grade level. And then these results of the evaluation are shared or are given to the parents during their parent-teachers conference. Actually, it's also one good practice here in Japan because the teachers get to talk with the parents of the students one-on-one. So at the end of the term usually. So I've actually had some students who scored like 16 out of 100 or 20 out of 100, 10 out of 50 in tests. But then again, those scores don't have any effect on the promotion or retention of the students to a certain grade level. So they're just scores. Like, yeah, if you get 0, then it's shame na lang, personal shame. But again, it's not gonna be put into like official records. And then number 3, most of the time, students here are taught just to pass exams. With exams, I mean entrance exams in junior high school, in senior high school, or in the university. This is very true to junior high school and senior high school students. Because for senior high schools and university admissions, they do not depend on the academic records of the students in their previous school level, but on the entrance exams alone. So, as expected, the contents of those admission tests depend heavily on memorizing the ideas, memorizing the concepts taught, rather than understanding them and being familiar with them. So students spend so much time in studying for those entrance examinations that they don't have much time to spend for other aspects or other things. That is also why in most times students couldn't produce outputs or performances or activity results that showcase their, playful nature or their creativity, since they are focused on memorizing. They are focused on strict rules. So it's like their focus is just this: pass the exam or memorize this concept because I need to pass the exam. Something like that. So like they don't explore their creative sides as students. Because in all of my English classes, I want my students to also discover that they have good talents. I mean, they have creative talents. That their English time must be their quick break from those days of studying. Even their weekends or even their holidays are compromised or sacrificed because they still need to study, they still need to prepare for the exam instead of enjoying and relaxing. So I wanted my English classes to be like that. But then again, the plans of the JTEs or the Japanese teachers are not the same as my plan. So like they need to finish this certain concept. They need to teach this certain concept or this certain lesson because this appears in the test. So something like that. Another point or aspect of the Japanese school system is that the percentage of students attending a certain university or a certain senior high school has a great impact on the reputation of their previous schools. So the more kids, the more students attending a good senior high school or a renowned university, the better the image of their junior high school or senior high school is. So this actually has become one of the selling points of senior high schools or universities when you check their websites online. So some of them or most of them have the a page or a certain tab wherein they show how many students, how many of their students went to this university or this senior high school, and then what courses they took, and then how many of them were able to finish those courses, or yeah, something like that. So you can just search for private schools in a certain city or in a certain prefecture, and then you will see those figures or graphs showing or tables showing where their alumni have gone to. This makes me wonder, do schools or do teachers really encourage their students to pursue good universities or to go to some known schools instead of telling them to like go dream, pursue your childhood dreams, or pursue what you really want to be in the future, pursue your own objectives, your own professional and personal goals? Are they only after the school's reputation or the future, the personal good of their students? I don't know. Number 5, as early as elementary school, the students are taught the value of wa, or harmony. So as I mentioned in another video, Japanese culture is built on the foundation of harmony, unity, and peace. This concept is referred to as wa, and it is manifested in all aspects of Japanese culture, in all aspects of Japanese life, including schools. So this could be the reason behind the use of the ransel or the randoseru in elementary schools. I mean, that's the Japanese school bag for elementary kids. And then the school uniforms in junior high school or senior high school. And then the uniform bags, the shoulder bags or sometimes backpack or rucksack for the older students. So yeah, students have uniform or the same bags in junior high school and in senior high school. Or even the use of plain, I mean, no design pencils or erasers or sharpeners, school supplies in elementary. So have you watched my video where I shared one certain incident or one certain situation wherein an elementary school kid who got a prize for completing the stamps in the stamp card, and then getting a very cute eraser. was told by the homeroom teacher not to use it at school for the reason that it's not allowed. It's bawal. So what could be the reason behind it? And if I may just add, so I don't know how they do it in other subjects, but in English, most of the time, as I mentioned earlier, the students are taught to pass exams. I mean, they are taught not for the main reason of for the students to gain some communicative skills, but more on memorizing words, memorizing grammar, memorizing sentence patterns, because these appear in the city or prefectural exams, midterm exams, final exams, end of the school year exams, and senior high school and university exams. Everything is about exams. Thus, even simple questions like, how are you? Or, how's the weather? Or, what's the date today? Still, some junior high school students couldn't answer correctly. Or they don't know how to answer. And there you have some aspects or features of the Japanese school system, which I think some are good while some are flawed. I don't know, it depends on how you perceive them. Though, yeah, I agree there's no perfect educational system. However, I believe that experts and curriculum planners can learn a thing or two even from the imperfect curriculum or curricula. And I believe that out of those I mentioned, there are more good things than the bad. Yeah, before I end, I'd like to shout out my fellow Kobe Jet Philippines or Jet PH, my Kobeshis. Ayan. So the Jet participants from the Philippines, batch 2020 and 2021. So they gave this shirt, yay! Oh, nice pala. I would like to show you the back part. Here. Ayan. So salamat. Thank you very much. You're so sweet, everyone. Arigato. So that's it for this video. Until next time.